Greetings, everyone. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning. Happy Veterans Day to all of the veterans out there, active or retired. We definitely appreciate your service. I know I do. So I want to say that first. I know I've been MIA for a little bit. So this is interesting. I ran across this video, the weirdest thing. So I don't know if you all are familiar with this content creator named JR Wisdom. He does a lot of reaction videos, right? And you know how when you start watching a content creator's videos, you normally will get more recommendations to see more of their videos, right? So I had his recommendation. I'm like, I know that woman. Are you serious? So I watched his reaction. So shouts out to JR Wisdom. I really enjoy his content. So I watched his reaction. I'm like, wow, I never knew that she called into Kevin Samuels' show. And what's so interesting about it is that she is associated with I Am Nation, I Am Banking, or kind of formally. So I'm curious to know if y'all have a clue as to who this woman could be. We're gonna watch it together. We're gonna react to it together because I did notice some inconsistencies. So I'm curious to know if you all are able to peep out the inconsistencies in the video. Um, but yeah, I I was kind of surprised that she actually called in. So give me a moment. I'll share the screen. Definitely like the stream as you enter. If you're watching on replay, like the stream. If you are new to this channel, because there have been a lot of new people subscribing, thank you so much. Just let me know you're new. Leave a comment, because I definitely want to formally welcome you if you are new. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see right there. Let's see. Okay, so this video is going to reveal which member of our nation called into Kevin Samuels' live stream, and this happened a few months ago. So, like I said, I initially saw it by watching a reaction from JR Wisdom, and luckily he does link the original video in his description box, so I was able to find the original. So happy about that. All right, so let me bear with me a moment. And we need a drum roll. Let's see if y'all know who this woman is. And if you're surprised, this tripped me out. So let's get into it.
Still out here trying to, and I'm not an older woman, so I can understand to a certain degree, but at what point as an older woman do you just hang it up and say, I'm done? At what point do you say I'm out of the relationship game? At what age? Okay, all you folks in the Zoom call, none of you are on video. So until you get on video, if you're not on video, I can't let you in. All right. Hey, I see you, Trish, Whitney, and Gabrielle. I see you. Z, Wade. Okay, hey Z, let's go ahead and get Z in. Hey Z,
Hello.
how are you? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 40.
All right, what do you got for me? Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Okay, so if you are not familiar, this is Catalea. Catalea, she was associated with I Am Nation. If you recall, Catalea moved to the Houston area. Excuse me. She moved to the Houston area from California. She relocated her family because young Pharaoh was going to pay her a stipend of $1,500 a month. She said they were supposed to start like this nail, some kind of mobile nail business. So, like I said, when I saw her on this, I was like, yo, that's Catalea. So this is the mystery woman. Now she says she's 40. Okay. So that seemed to be consistent, right? So I'm gonna let the video continue, but let me know if y'all were shocked that that she actually called it to the show.
What do I have for you? Nothing. I think at this point, I know I'm 40. I have 5 children. I'm divorced. Um, so
5 kids?
I really,
How
yeah.
long were you married?
I was married for 20 years.
Okay, now we know that Catalea has mentioned to us that she has 5 children, and we know that, right? So I just find it interesting that she's calling in. Did y'all see this previously? Did y'all know this before? Because I wasn't even aware of it. And she was in the comments on the JR Wisdom video because they were kind of giving her a hard time. But let's continue, shall we?
Oh, I gotta ask, why you divorced?
We got married when I was 17 years old, and we just both kind of changed.
Hold on
Yeah.
just a second. Hold on just a second. All right. That's to let people know I'm still in the environment.
Wow,
Okay,
it's coming
you were married
through.
for 20 years, you got married at 17, you changed. Who filed for divorce?
He did.
On what grounds?
I guess it was kind of both mutual for both of us. I mean, we hadn't been intimate in a long time. Per his choice. Per his choice.
Okay.
We were just more like roommates, kind of living together.
How long have you been divorced?
About 10 years.
He's trying to do the math, right? Math, not mathing. But I would say Catalea, I think she's a beautiful woman. She has great skin. I think she looks absolutely lovely. So I never want to speak badly of her. What's up, Azriel, the Daywalker? This stream is actually from August 2nd, 2021. So it's a few months old. And I don't know if you were here. Yeah, she's beautiful. And this is Catalea, if you're familiar. She was the woman that was really disappointed with young Pharaoh because he promised her $1,500 a month. She actually relocated her family from California to Texas because of the business deal she was supposed to work out with young Pharaoh. And she mentioned, I guess she privated the videos, and I respect that she wants to move forward, but she was saying that you know, he lied to her basically when she moved to Texas. He ghosted her, and you know. So if you weren't here earlier, I was just mentioning that I was watching some reaction videos from JR Wisdom, and it recommended me a video he did reacting to this segment. I was like, oh, that's Catalea. That's Catalea. And she's even in the comments. I'll pull that up for y'all to see. But I was like, wow, who would have thought, right? So I wouldn't have thought that she would call in. But yeah, she is pretty. You said she looks a bit jaded. Well, she has 5 children. She says she's divorced. So I don't know if that has something to do with it.
About 10 years.
That math doesn't add. Well,
Yeah, it does.
17.
Mm-hmm.
You were married for 20 years?
Yeah.
17 plus 20 is 37. You can't be divorced for 10 years.
Well, separated most of that time.
All right. The math doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we were separated for a while before we actually physically got the divorce. So we were legally
So you're
separated.
legally married for 20 years.
Right. Correct.
How long were you guys living apart?
I want to say about 4 years, four to
Have
five.
you had any counseling yourself for yourself?
Yes,
You need to turn the
3 years.
volume down. You need to turn the volume down on your phone because it's
Oh,
very
okay.
loud.
Sorry about that. Yes, 3 years.
All right. So practically, do you date?
I have been dating, yes.
Um, I don't know what happened, but we have 5 kids.
Yeah, all my children are grown though.
What's the youngest child?
My youngest is 16.
Okay. What do you want as an outcome as far as relationship? Have you got
I'm
5 kids?
I definitely,
Now, I just want to point out, I could be wrong, so y'all can help me out if I am. I thought her youngest was 14 years old. She's saying in this video her youngest is 16. Like I said, I could be wrong. As you already said, she looked like she could be in her 20s. Yeah, she has a youthful look to her. She seems to live a healthy lifestyle. If you look at her YouTube channel, she's in shape, so she takes good care of herself, especially for a woman that has popped out 5 children. Because pregnancy, breastfeeding, all that stuff really does a number on the body. So kudos to her for that.
get married.
What?
I definitely want to get married.
Why?
Why? I just feel like, I don't want to be by myself forever.
That's not an answer. There has to be a why. You
I
ladies
want
just want to get married because why? There has to be a why.
I want companionship. I want companionship.
5 kids,
Yes.
40 years old.
Yes.
Youngest is 16.
Correct.
Can't get the numbers right in your marriage. Married again. Doesn't make any sense. Companionship. Why? But that's because this is what's on the open market.
So, do y'all think that her answer for wanting to be married to have companionship, is that a bad thing? Is that wrong? He seems to have a problem with it. That is unfortunate that marriage can work out. You have 5 children together. That's very unfortunate.
1 in 4 will get married. And this is why I always say, why are you leaving your husbands and wrecking your homes? To think you get I don't know why so many women feel like they should just get another one.
I tried. I tried to make it work.
Okay. I don't can't this is too much to get
Those
into right
comments,
now.
you see those comments?
But reality of getting married on the market with 5 kids, even if the youngest is 16, what kind of husband would you be looking for?
Somebody that's like a great friend to me. Someone who I can have a great time with.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a waitress.
Am I being trolled?
I am. I'm a waitress. Prior to the pandemic, I had a business for about 3 years.
What kind of business?
I taught hair wrap classes. I sold African jewelry, African clothing, motivational speaking, things of that nature.
And you have 5 kids.
Meditation courses.
How many of your children still live at home?
Just my 16-year-old.
And where are the other ones?
Grown. In the military, college, living their life, as adults.
Adults? You started out early on. How old were you when you had your first child?
18.
And you said are you still in therapy?
Correct.
it's cool they having a pleasant exchange, right? Because sometimes some of those calls can be volatile at times. But these comments, are y'all seeing these comments? Saying she looking for pimps. She got incense, talking about her hairline. Like these, man, that comment section is vicious. So as we already said, she sound like she wants a pen pal, Soldier Boy voice friends. Um, well, I guess perhaps maybe because since her youngest, she said her youngest is 16. I guess her parenting, parenting looks different when you have when your child is like that age. Of course, you're always a parent, but it's just different, and you play a different role in the lives of your children. So, um, yeah, those calls, like, trying to think, it's fun. It's interesting, but yeah, I'm proud. They had a pleasant exchange so far, but that comment section, boy, you cannot look at that comment section calling to show your feelings will get hurt if you don't have tough skin. Somebody said she can still find a man, she ain't fat. Right, right. I think she could find somebody. I do think, but I remember, and I don't know if y'all kind of saw her content when she was really disappointed and what went down between her and Pharaoh. She just seemed very, very disappointed. I felt bad for her. I mean, the lady was crying. She was so distraught and she seemed very discouraged. And then she started giving out some synthetic talking points, synthetic G. So I'm like, oh Lord, don't let it get that bad that you run to synthetic side, because that's the miserable side of the game over there. Them broads are just pathetic.
Yes.
I think you're in the best place. I think you're in the best place. I'll joke aside.
That was their exchange. Wow.
Go ahead and unmute yourself.
So yeah, that was the exchange. I want to show you on what's that, the other guy's channel. I was like, wow. But no, it wasn't a bad exchange. She does, and I know she says that she's a peaceful person, but I know when she was describing how long she's married and they separated, that there were some discrepancies there. I don't know if she was nervous because thousands of people watch his show, hundreds of thousands of people watch his videos, so I can understand why one might be a little nervous. But bear with me one moment. Let me find the one that this is what I originally saw, and he linked to Kevin's original video. So, and I'll show y'all the comment section. So just bear with me. Azriel, she just said her husband wanted the divorce. She didn't go into details why, but we're gonna go to JR Wisdom channel. We're gonna read the comments, and maybe we'll get some insight because she was in the comment section. So maybe she'll tell us there what happened. Because Kevin, he didn't talk to her long. He thought she was trolling him. Good morning, Just. Good to see you. Yeah, she thought he was trolling him. So I'm curious though, were y'all surprised to see her on there? It shocked me. Okay, it shocked me. I was like, yo, that's on Catalea. Catalea around the web. And like I said, I do like this guy's reactions. I like his reactions. I like reaction videos. I don't know about y'all. So he does a lot on Kevin, and I notice a lot about Kevin that he does, but he does other content as well. So let's see. So here's right here. The one with Catalea said, I'm a 40-year-old divorced single mother of 5. That's a lot of kids.
Genexa is the first clean medicine company. When my kid is sick, I just want the stuff that works.
Well, I don't want artificial dyes in my kid's medicine. Is Genexa right for me?
Yes. Look for Genexa, the first clean medicine company.
What about my little noodle bean?
Yes.
For thousands of years, the Red Yao tribe has lived in a secluded village in the Longshan Mountains of southern China.
The women are famous for the incredibly thick.
What's the youngest child?
My youngest is 16.
Okay. What do you want as an outcome?
Now, just I don't know if you're still in the chat, but do you remember? Didn't Catalina say her youngest is 14, or maybe I heard wrong? But I thought sure her youngest was 14 years old. Azriel said, did you see his last video about the women who cheat on her husband regretted? Was that a Kevin video or a JR video? Because if it was last night and watched it, he come on too late. I get my rest. I get my rest. Yes, just that's the mystery lady in the thumbnail. I want to shock y'all. Yep.
As far as relationship, have you got
I definitely want to get married.
What?
I definitely want to get married.
Why?
Why? I just feel like, I don't want to be by myself forever.
That's not an answer. Hey,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 40.
All right, what do you got for me? Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
What do I have for you? Nothing. I think at this point, I know I'm 40. I have 5 children. I'm divorced. So
5 kids?
I really.
How long were you married?
I was married for 20 years.
Oh, I gotta ask. Why you?
We got married when I was 17 years old, and we just both kind of changed.
Hold on just a second. Okay, you were married for 20 years. You got married at 17. You changed. Who filed for divorce?
He did.
On what grounds?
I guess it was kind of both mutual for both of us. I mean, we hadn't been intimate in a long time. Per his choice.
Okay.
How he's looking. That's so sad, that they couldn't work things out. I think that's so sad. Yeah, I think most of the children are grown, so that's good. That's one good thing about having children, young. That's one positive. Let's see. You said the video is entitled "How Women Dodge Accountability." Okay, we're gonna check that out after this one. We'll check that one out because I like his reactions. I really enjoy videos about relationships, so that's my favorite content to binge watch. He said she look a hell of a lot different without all that makeup and glam. Yeah. Oh, I'm a woman, but I think she's very pretty. I think she has great skin. I think she looks good for a 40-year-old woman that has 5 kids. Kids are stressful. So, that says something to how she takes care of herself. Y'all say the math ain't mathing. Yeah. The math not mathing us. I don't know. But I noticed, just kind of sidebar, sometimes when the women call in, it's funny, they always act like they can't hear when he asks their dress size and weight. And some of the stories do seem like it's not adding up. And I guess because sometimes he can ask some personal questions. So, and so many people watch these videos. So, maybe they don't want all their business out there. Josie said, I know makeup and glam and shit make you look different, but I expect to look so regular. Yeah, yeah. She must have good skincare routine because, sometimes that makeup can break you out. So I'm lazy. I can't put on all that. I wear a little, but I think she looks nice. She has a big family, and that just seems like a sad place to be in. To have, most of her kids are grown, so I guess the adults shouldn't be a factor. I really don't know. Yeah, I agree, Azrael. She's a pretty woman. I'm not a hater. I'll give a sister her props. And if you go to her channel, she has a great figure. She takes good care of herself, especially in this day and age. It's like the whole country just big and fat.
We were just more like roommates, kind of living together.
How long have you been divorced?
About 10 years.
Excuse me?
About 10 years.
That matter.
Yeah, I gotta stop that one. So she got married when she was 17, was married for 20 years, which makes her 37, and now she's 40. I don't know. We'll see what she's saying.
Well,
Yeah, it does.
17.
Mm-hmm.
You were married for 20 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she said she's been vegan. I think last I saw of her, she mentioned that she's pescatarian right now. But you do have to have a level of discipline to look like she does at her age, because hormones, there's a lot of things that factor into women's weight. But you have to have a level of discipline. You really do. Her channel name is Leia's Commentary. I'll show that to y'all in a moment. You say you're trying to slim down. Oh, that's good. 5 miles a day. That's good. Good for you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a detox on Monday myself. Yeah, walking 5 miles a day. That's good.
17 plus 20 is 37. You can't be divorced for 10 years.
Well, separated most of the time.
All right. The math doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we were.
Well, I didn't watch all the interview because the video is very long, but the content creator, I think his name King Royal, he interviewed her brother, and her brother would just say that she lies a lot. So I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna touch that. I just think, damn, your own brother going against you on somebody's YouTube channel. That's crazy. That's crazy right there to me. Just you saying I could see my health journey going better than I thought it would. That's good. I mean, we have been in a pandemic, so we all have been traumatized, you know? We all have been traumatized. So, I think we should show ourselves some grace, but we could get back on it, you know? We can definitely get back on top of things. Yeah, her own brother went on this dude channel. I was like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I don't know. I don't know if I would do my sibling like that. But he was saying that she was a liar. Like I said, I didn't hear all of it because oh boy, live streams be too long. And I don't know if he loaded it back up because I know at one point the channel got struck down. That's a whole nother story. That I think with Golden and Camille, all that drama, as they went to flagging.
Separated for a while before we actually physically got the divorce. So we're legally.
So what are you talking about? You weren't intimate. Like you weren't intimate the last few years or the last fucking 10 years? If you were separated for 10 years, like a lot of this, like, come on now. Come on.
You're legally married for 20 years.
Right, correct.
How long were you guys living apart?
I want to say about 4 years.
Have you had any counseling or therapy yourself?
Yes,
You need to
3
turn the
years.
volume down. You need to turn the volume down on your phone because this is
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, 3 years.
All right. So practically, do you date?
I have been dating, yes.
I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, all my children are grown though.
What's the youngest child?
My youngest is 16.
Well, 16 isn't an adult though. That's still a child. I don't know why she said all her children are grown. 16 is not an adult. Yeah, that like damn, that's crazy. That was crazy. Oh, good for you, Just. You go. That's what's up. Because it takes some hard work to drop some weight. It is, especially when you're doing it without like surgeries and stuff, how people try to cheat. You really have to put in work. So kudos to you.
Okay. What do you want as an outcome as far as relationship? Have you got
I definitely want to get married.
What?
I definitely want to get married.
Why?
Why? I just feel like, I don't want to be by myself forever.
That's not an answer. There has to be a why.
And I do find that now, I guess there's a little bit of difference in this, but I do find that strange that a woman who was married for 20 years but only together 10 years or 6, it sounds different. She said they were living apart for, what is it, the last 4 years of her marriage. So she's been lonely, I guess. I'm assuming for the last 10 years of her marriage, her legal marriage.
Well, I guess I'll let you finish.
So most women at this age, once they get out of a divorce, I would think, especially this danger zone, as we like to call it.
I think at her age is no man's land or some shit. In the South, that's considered adult. I'm from the South, but nobody considered me adult at 16. So I guess it maybe depends where you're from. I don't know. She's from California, so. Alexa, play. I don't want her. Okay, because I do have one in here. Play Big Bug telling me stories. Said women have to understand that if you want to get married, you have to make it ideal for the man or he won't be considered. That makes sense. It makes sense. So I know women that have been married several times. Girl I went to high school with, she married high school sweetheart. We all went to high school together. And I noticed on Facebook, I could tell like, oh, they not together. Because you could tell in body language. They would take family photos, but they wouldn't be by each other anymore. So like, oh, they not together anymore. They never told us, announced they divorced. But I saw her, she's remarried again. So I'm like, well, that was nice. I'm going to share her channel with y'all briefly. If you want to check it out, go support her channel. Now she has renamed her channel. It's called Leia's Commentary. So that's where you can find Catalea. Okay, so y'all go check her out. In her community tab, she did have some photos of her. So you can see. So you can see that, she looks good for a 40-year-old woman. Excuse me. So just want y'all to see that so y'all can go support her channel if you're interested. She talks about like things that mainly women are interested in, but okay, let's see. He said make him an offer he can't refuse, but in general, just make it worthwhile for the man. Okay, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm trying to get me a husband. Ghetto out here. Just say, yeah, it took mad discipline for me to even get in a position to make my journey worthwhile. Plus, I cut 99.9% of sugar out my diet, do intermittent fasting, work out with it. Good for you. Yeah, the sugar is like the enemy. And it's in so many things. Even like bread, pasta, sauce, things you wouldn't think it's in. He said, why is that all the mother earth goddess women are dysfunctional? Saying, I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting with the young Pharaoh situation. Because I don't know if you saw the video I did, but we did react to her. She interviewed Goddess J. They used to date. I won't say name because he got mad at me. I won't say old boy name. But she used to date the ex-bodyguard. And just the thing, I could tell by the way things she said. It's like, to me, what I guess my red flag, spidey sense went off. Like, why are you putting so much faith into young Pharaoh? He's not even 30 years old. Your kids are close to his age. Like, that just was kind of odd to me. Okay, yeah, she's a good looking woman. Yeah, that was odd to me. And then I think, like I said, she private a lot of content, but she said that she had been molested. So she had been through some trauma. So perhaps just working through trauma and processing it. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I just think too, these women get wrapped up with these men preaching as polygamy. These men, no shades, but they don't seem to mean these women well. It just seems like it's about promiscuity with a lot of these guys, like Pharaoh, always talking about polygamy, and it's ridiculous. And a lot of women be falling for that.
And her being 40, for her to want to jump back into a marriage, I guess it's about her belief system and values. But like I always say, I think a lot of women just want companionship, and which is what it sounds like she's describing. But she's describing this companionship more so of, I want this companionship through marriage. I don't just want a guy, even though I'm dating. I want to be married again because of her beliefs. So 40 years old, her she got another 2 years with her youngest, so she'll be 42. So she'll be completely, I guess, unless I don't know how many staying in the house, until she's completely free of children. So I do find this interesting, and I want to hear what she's saying in terms of why she wants to be married again, unless it's just a value belief system or religious beliefs.
Why? You ladies just want to get married because why? There has to be a why.
I want companionship. I want companionship.
Say what you say.
5 kids,
Yes.
40 years old.
And guys, contrary to popular belief, and yes, I'm pausing the video again, so get mad. I don't watch these videos. I'm watching it right along with you guys. So this is just stuff that I've learned from talking to women, talking to older women, just interacting with women in general. So no, I don't preview these videos, and no, I'm not a clairvoyant or a psychic. But a lot of this stuff you can set your watch to, though.
Yes.
Youngest is 16.
Correct.
Can't get the numbers right in your marriage. Married again. Doesn't make any sense. Companionship. Why? But that's what, because this is.
Now, I just don't understand what's the problem with wanting companionship. I don't understand. Maybe I don't know if he does that for shock value, but I just don't understand what his problem with why she desires to be married. She's what, 40 years old. She may have, what's the average lifespan of a woman? I have to Google it. I think it's close to 80, right? So her kids, kids grow up, they live their own lives. So I don't understand where he's coming from. Lady of Rage. Yeah, Lady of Rage Afro Puffs are so perfect.
It's on the open market. 1 in 4 will get married. And this is why I always say, why are you leaving your husband? To think you get I don't know why so many women feel like they should just get another one.
But
I tried to make it work.
in her case, she didn't leave. She said he left her, though. So that's why, like, what's she supposed to do? You can't force someone to stay with you. Okay, let's see. So Azrael, you say it's because it's coming from a me and what I want instead of what I can give a man. Okay. Okay. You said she hasn't mentioned what she wants to give a man. Okay. I look forward to your rest of that comment.
Okay. Okay, this is too much to get into right now. But reality of getting married, it's even if the youngest is 16. What kind of husband would you be looking for?
Somebody that's like a great friend to me. Someone who I can have a great time with.
I want to know what's the reason why they divorced. And obviously he filed for it because he just got tired of whatever it was. She said she tried to make it work. But baby, you 40 is supposed to have, in the words of Kevin, a relationship with you at this point is supposed to be lighthearted. If you get married, you get married. If you don't, you don't. You always entitled to feel how you feel. And if you want to get married, that's perfectly fine. But understand, if you're going to just overlook or just throw companionship altogether under the pretense that I have to get married, then you may be alone for a while. That's just how it is.
Genexa is the first clean medicine company. What does clean medicine mean anyway? It's the same active ingredients you know and
What do you do for a living?
I'm a waitress.
Am I being trolled?
I am. I'm a waitress. Right.
His reaction to that was crazy. She told us she was a waitress at Olive Garden, right? What's up, Glitch Bay? I know, right? Just says, Sweetums, scamules, tricks on chicks. Well, that kind of tongue twisted. Tricks on chicks like Brittany Renner. Let's ask dudes how big their Johnson is. I never forget that. I take what he say with a grain of salt. Hold on, y'all gotta fill me in. What's going on with this Brittany Renner? Did they just happen to meet up, or did he find her on that seeking arrangement website he be talking about? What's the deal with that? He said, look at it this way: 25% Black women are going to get married. Imagine if I told you your ideal dream job only hired 25% of men. Would you go on the interview and just tell I just want something? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, that puts things into perspective. Let's see. In other words, Catalina want a nigga that gotta spend money on her just to be in her presence. Well, I mean, she's been married before, so that's good. But technically, it was only what 10 years. The rest they were separated. So I don't think now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Catalina, you're not gonna find no husband messing with these so-called spiritual men, these so-called conscious men. You're not gonna find what you're looking for with them. Not the ones that talk about polygamy and stuff with benefits and a decent pay, or are you going to try and sell them on your best qualities possible and give? Okay, I see what you're saying. So you competing, you interviewing for the position of wife. Okay, I get that. Yeah, what's going on with the Brittany Renner? I'm like, come on now, that's crazy. That chick is wild. She don't have no shame. Okay. Yes, Glitch Bay. I like that name. He would never live down that glitch. That man was laid up in the bed, Lord. That man was, oh my goodness, that shit was hilarious. Just said, I'm in the dark about what happened behind the scenes. I only know about the finished product camera. Yeah. He always be around these women. But I was watching the live of his. He said he'd be on, like, I think it's called Seeking Arrangement. So, I'm like, is she on there too, advertising?
The pandemic, I had a business for about 3 years.
What kind of business?
I taught hair wrap classes. I sold African jewelry, African clothing, motivational speaking, things of that nature.
And you have 5 kids.
Meditation courses.
How many of your children still live at home?
Just my 16-year-old.
Where are the other ones?
Grown. In the military, college.
And that's a question, like I said, that I was asking. How many actually live at home with you? How many are still in the nest? It sounds like she's hopeful. Where do you waitress at? Are you a waitress at a strip club? Are you a waitress at Benihana? Are you a waitress at a steakhouse? I mean, I'm not knocking what you do, for a living, but it's really at this point, you're 40 years old, companionship is basically what you just should be looking for. Not saying marriage is impossible for you, but companionship is really what you should be looking for. Lighthearted, and that way you can overcome this loneliness with a companion of yours until you depart or make your transition from this world.
Living their life, as adults.
All right. Adults? You started out early on. How old were you when you had your first child?
18.
And you said are you still in therapy?
Currently, yes.
I think you're in the best place. I think you're in the best place. I'll joke aside.
Okay, so he ended the call on that basically. So I'm going to show y'all the comment section. Exactly, that's all they're looking for. That's all they're looking for. I agree, Azrael. YouTube is very entertaining.
How often do you think about your poop?
Really...
Some people think about their poop a lot. Others, not so much. Did you know that every time that...
Oh my God. Some of these advertisements. Let's see. He said, you said stepdaddy scamules, keeping in mind homegirl said it's stepdaddy season. I wonder is Kevin open to being a stepdaddy? Because he kind of had a lot of disdain for Catalea. So shouts out to her for holding her cool, keeping it cool, not being triggered by him. A lot of women be getting triggered by him. You said the irony is that she can find somebody, but she got to put in more. Yeah, she has a lot working for her. So especially her age and, being in shape, that's definitely a positive. Glitch Base, she called in back in August 2020, and August 2021, so a few months ago. And I put the link to the video in the description box if y'all want to see it. Yeah, check out the description box. It should be there, the link to the full video. And let's look at this comment section because she was in the comment section. So I thought that was interesting too. And you see, he even put it here. He pinned it. He said, it appears that she is in the comments. She says that she was trolling. However, she really is a waitress that isn't good at math. Okay. Yeah, because she did have a sadness in her eyes, though. I'm not gonna lie. She did look sad. Let me fix that so you can. She looked sad to me. Now, this guy said he could have been more considerate. Said waitress job at 40 isn't going to cut it. I'm surprised he didn't give her the spiel about how much money you're going to have when you retire. He didn't even bother with her because he felt like she was a troll, I think. And then Sky Divine, she says she is a waitress while going to school for her doctorate. Y'all don't even know. Here, judging extra hard off a clip. Go follow her since he's so interested in the truth. Okay, so another person thinks she's a troll. And this is her right here. She says she's good at math. And she have a master's degree. Okay, I mean, okay. This person said last time I checked, she has a job and several other means of income. Follow her if you're interested in learning more. They said we don't give a damn. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. Kevin was a stepdad. Oh yeah, he sure was. Yeah, she needs a win. I'm rooting for her. I hope she gets the husband she's, wanting. He said, to be fair, Sweetums, where the light-skinned women's at. Oh, that's his type. Okay. Why the women contest show? I don't know, but they keep calling in, so I don't worry about it no more. I don't worry about it. I've made a few videos on it because I think, like I said, I'm familiar with his channel before it blew up, and I could never watch a full one initially, but once I learned to stop letting him trigger me, because he would trigger me, I can't even lie. Now I could watch it. It's kind of interesting. Some of the calls are interesting to me. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, she definitely need a man. She do. That's not gonna cut it. It's not. It's not. Yes, Glitch Babe, because did you see Glitch Babe? Oh, girl, sis was that woman was genuinely, she wasn't faking. She was so hurt by him not following through with his promises to her. She was very distraught because he promised her $1,500 a month. I mean, she relocated her family from California to Texas. I don't even know if I think she mentioned one child lives in, I think, Dallas or somewhere. But she's distraught. But them polygamy dudes, whatever they on, that shit they on, they just full of it. Let's see. Talk about government benefits running out. Let's see. Yeah, and that could have something to do with it. If they really married at 17, they were really young. So even this guy feels like Kevin was too rough with her. What do y'all think about that? I just don't understand how I mean, all her kids besides one is grown, but he seems to like tell mothers there's no hope for them, and I'm like, that's so negative. And I don't know if like I said, I think he does things for shock value because he says he's a believer of Christ. And why would you speak to someone like that? No one's perfect, and she was married. She couldn't make the husband stay. What you gonna do? Drag? What's that Tyler Perry movie? Her husband put her out the damn house. I mean, you can't make someone stay with you if they don't want to. And I'm just looking because I know she left some other comments on this video. So I'm sure that's probably not the only reason she want a husband. And their kids are grown, so they have their own careers. One is, and she mentioned military. Glitch Bay, you said he bamboozled you too. But that is one thing to consider though. Like, even though kids are adults, I was reading online about more and more children are living with their parents, past like in their 20s and 30s. I guess maybe because of the times we're living in, things cost so much. Cost of living is so high. And just, he said, I know from my own experience that some women just don't know how to take a hint. Yeah, that's true. Glitch Bay say he old with kids too. He's not desirable by his own logic. Well, I think he says men should lead with their wallet. So I'm assuming he feels he's desirable because he's, has a level of success and, he has money. That's what I'm thinking. That's my thoughts on that. But we women, I don't understand. Like, men get mad. We women, we feel like that's who we are. I mean, I think I don't understand dudes like that. That's who we are. And some of these guys, I just wonder, like, they have all the answers to life. Did they even watch the video? She only has one minor child. So why does she need help with adult children? She only has one minor child. These people are hot ass mess, boy. Oh boy. But I'm proud of her for not being triggered because one woman showed her a complete ass on there one day. She was jumping up and it was ridiculous. I don't know why that's not loading. Do y'all think she came on to try to get some traction for her channel? Because he doesn't really let people advertise on there, right? Okay, here she is again. She said, thank you. I'm a waitress currently due to the pandemic. However, I just got approved for a business loan and we will be starting my business soon. I'm currently getting my doctorates. Huh? Well, in psychology, I appreciate the positive comments. Doctorates? That's not the proper way to say that, is it? Okay. She must, I ain't gonna even say it. I'm leaving it alone. Somebody said I'm a PhD. Mm-mm-mm. Now I know at one point, I don't know y'all remember, she was kind of going in on the audience saying that oh, she was going in talking about how much money she had. We had bad credit. I didn't appreciate that. Like, you wrong, sis. I don't have no damn bad credit. Trick is scabbiest. I would love to run into Kevin Samuels on the street. I really would love to run into him on the street. Oh boy. Glitch Bay said, yes, my generation staying home longer. The time super. Right, right. And hey, I don't see a problem with it if you really need the help. You know, it makes sense to me. It's just that I wish I had all the answers to life. I'd be rich. Right? I feel you on that. Glitch Bay said, did he ever address the advocating for men being when other men come? I don't think he has. And I saw the whole video when he said that. I was like, because I know I get tongue tied a lot. Y'all probably notice it. I get tongue tied a lot. So I'll assume that's what happened to him. But I don't think he's ever commented on it. But I don't know. I know a lot of people been dragging him to hell with that comment. Right, I'm a PhD. That's so funny when he plays that I'm a PhD, the dog, and then the sad music, that military funeral music. How she said a doctorates? I don't. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. Yeah, I know that's just how she said it. I thought it was weird. She need to use a psychology degree on YP. Man, I think the psychiatrist might run from young Pharaoh. They probably like ain't no help. Ain't no. You said I might meet him in Atlanta next month, going on a business trip early. And he said, "Oh, cool, okay." He said he on his way out. Oh boy. Right, and she had all her children by the same man. I mean, like some of the guys. One thing I've noticed, because somebody came for me on a Kevin Samuels video I did, and the comment didn't post because he called me all kind of bitches and stuff. But I think a lot of time his audience is so volatile and so angry. Like, why they be so mad? You know, they be so angry. And he even checked somebody one day. So I give Kevin credit for that. It was a young man. Like a lot of these dudes don't even have relationship experience, and they always giving out these red pill talking points and stuff they hear on YouTube. When a lot of the men they listen to on YouTube have women, like they're not single. But I noticed his crew, they kind of like the Beehive. That dude cussed me out something bad. I'm like, God, I wish his comment posted, but you know how YouTube delete stuff. Leah says she don't have only a waitress income. She's smart. She make good investment. It's called picking up a waitress job for miscellaneous income. It's called following in the footsteps of my retired parents, who even though they are retired, still have part-time jobs just because it's 2021. Do you think I give a fuck about a man's resources? Let's see. Let's see. She lying. The math doesn't add up. The math was weird. Like I said, she could have been nervous. Said funny, no one cheated. They was married for 20 years, nobody cheated. Okay. I don't even believe that. She said she got married at 17. I think she's trying to get a channel. It makes sense to me, I guess. The young schizo, the psychologist, as far as he's concerned, right? And he's still at it. He's still at it. To his credit, his audience made him lose. Like his audience is so mean. They worse than he is. They are worse. I mean, y'all. I wish I could show y'all that man cuss me out like that. Like, dude, it's not that deep. I just share my opinion. Because he was calling the woman a loser And I get, because I know a lot of guys said if it was a guy, he'd be considered a loser. I'm like, okay, but the dude just went in. I wanted to go toe to toe with his ass, but you two be hating. Like, get over here. Yeah, she says she's seeing a therapist. I know in one video she was saying she was seeing a therapist, so that's good. You got to take care of your mental health. And there are some people I don't understand. I've never been married. I don't know if any of y'all married, currently been married, but why do some people prolong a divorce? I never understand that. Like, just to be separated so long. This person said her whole story a lie. Okay, y'all get I think we get the drill, right? Y'all get what's going on. So I'm gonna show that. I know Azrael, you had mentioned another reaction he did. We can check that out. Yeah, we can check that out right quick. Yeah, and I mean, they are a tough crowd. Sheesh. They are a tough crowd. I like that. Maybe he should, I don't know if he ever talked to his people, because the way they go around YouTube just cussing out people with we just sharing our opinion. I don't hate nobody on here. You know, I don't get nobody that kind of energy. You know. Let's see. Bear with me a moment. So I guess I gotta do another keeping up with the audience. However, we already know what's going on with Young Pharaoh. It's the same thing over and over again. Like, literally change the script. Let's see. Oh, you're married, Azrael? Okay. You married to the man. Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay. Just Chillin' says, matter of fact, there's this one dude a good number of us refer to as a village idiot that loved taking over GMT's panels, expressing his love for Dream Bay. So you say, who is it? I'm gonna drop the link so you can if you want to tell, if you don't want to say it out here, I'll drop the link. I do notice on some panels that there's always this one person, you know, it's always a person that take over. Like, shut the hell up. Nobody want to hear from you. Man, I'm trying to share your comments. Said they be calling them Samuelites and Kevin Sexuals. Man, them men is angry. Like, I didn't do it, bro. Glitch Bay said, LMO, keep it on. Yeah, that's what I got a whole playlist. You know, I was out the loop for a week because I just needed a moment. It's so much with Young Pharaoh, but it's literally the same thing over and over. It's like a loop, literally a loop, literally. I'm like, dude, you need to mix it up a little bit at this point.
The hardest things that I had to do in my adult life is take accountability. I had to accept my role in the process of heartbreak. So I was once married and I destroyed that marriage. I cheated on my spouse and he was not deserving of that. I was selfish at that time. I was a matter of fact woman, believed that everything that I said was right. I muted him. I did all of that. And I broke a man's spirit. I broke him down mentally. I broke him emotionally. And I did what most women do. I resorted to the victim role. He did this. If he would have never did this, I wouldn't have done this. Very unhealthy. I was selfish. And don't get me wrong, he definitely tried to start over. He tried to restore the relationship. I couldn't. Didn't listen, had poor communication skills. My resolution process was horrible. I did not know how to come to resolutions. I was really my spouse's enemy. I was my own enemy as well. I knew I couldn't trust myself. I knew I was going to hurt him again. And that was hard to swallow because I had to really tell myself that you ain't shit. All I knew at that time is do what is beneficial to me. I didn't understand what accountability was. I had to learn that accountability is living within integrity. Had I have lived within integrity, I would have never done that to my partner. I'm saying all of this to say that if you don't know how to be an accountable person, you're never going to get far. Your life is never going to be fulfilling. You're never going to be able to live at the fullest because you're always going to blame others until you sit back and say, okay, this is what I did. This is what my part was in the process. This is how I'm going to move forward. Whatever actions you place have consequences, whether good or bad. Who I am now is a result of who I was back then.
I'm gonna stop there for a moment, but yeah, that's right. Accountability is, you got to take accountability. Glitch Bay says, according to him, women are shoving shrooms down his throat again. Yeah, like, got to catch up on his fuckery. You notice that that's what, speaking of accountability, young Pharaoh never takes accountability for anything. He's literally like, I don't know if any of y'all have siblings, but you ever had a sibling that always trying to snitch and blame everything on somebody? That's literally him. He just, ugh, he is just disgusting.
My consequences, my accountability molded me into the woman that I am now. And once you start learning how important accountability is, I guarantee you, you will see life completely different. Get out of the victim mindset. Don't be a prisoner to yourself.
So, this young lady here said a mouthful. I know that this is something that guys, especially in our space, the manosphere, the red pill space, whatever you want to call it, this is like a unicorn, what she's talking about. And I think some women don't come to this realization till much later in life. Much later. Sometimes not even till their 50s or 60s.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's really powerful. That's kind of deep right there because, it really does take a level of vulnerability to be accountable and say, look, I fucked up. I messed up. Um, but it's so important. Like, none of us are perfect. And man, it's ratchet out here. And she probably messed up a good thing with her husband because she just was probably just, when you're unhealed, a lot of time you destroy everything you come into contact with. You destroy everything. Like, we really have to address our trauma. That's a heavy video right there. Just says in my case, it was always my oldest nephew dropping down on me. Oh Lord, really? Now I was gonna pull up Odd Nation right quick before we get out of here, but I just saw this thumbnail. I don't think I'm subscribed to him because he really irks my soul, Minister Jab. But he's gonna do a live stream today called "The New and Improved Stepdaddy" for Black women. And do you know what it is? It's the wall. OMG. Don't worry, I'm not gonna touch that. That's I'll make sure I should be subscribed to this food. No, I'm not. Wow, that's I don't know who word. I think Jap. Don't he call women German Shepherd? I mean Jap. I think Jap is worse than Kevin. Like Jap is a lot. He is a lot. But I used to love when he would drag Sansa Ray ass though. I ain't gonna lie. For real, Azrael. Yep. And when you learn, that's a blessing to be able to wake up out of the slumber, to know that you are your own worst enemy. There's so many people out here just going around hurting people because they lack accountability. They want to blame everybody, like Young Pharaoh, Coon Grant. I mean, so many people like that. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, he's still around. He is still around. I'm kind of curious to know where he gonna go with that. But we already know he basically saying that women getting into the flag relationship because they can't get a man. I think that's where he's gonna go with that. So we can watch a little more of JR. So fair use.
That accountability, that princess concept that I do no wrong is prevalent. I have dealt with that with women my entire life. And it really takes a special woman, and that's kind of like, to me, is an ascended woman, and a woman that basically doesn't really have those problems, when she basically understands who she is and is living in integrity, like she said. And the fact that what she was saying, she admitted, I ruined, and I know that's so hard for some women to admit they're wrong or be accountable. I destroyed my marriage. My husband tried to make it work. And I don't know how old she is or how long ago that was she was married. But the fact that I think she said she cheated on him, and he basically tried to make it work, tried to stay with it. And in the process, her not knowing that, I mean, him not knowing really I wouldn't say any better, but him basically wanting to make things better in the process kind of basically pushed her away and made her confirm her feelings. It basically confirmed her feelings that I didn't do anything wrong. He wants to stay with me and he wants to make things better. No, it was for a reason. My reasons were right. So I'm not doing that. Resolution? What resolution? I'm perfect just the way I am.
When you think about it, like even with, young Pharaoh, if you cannot ever apologize, you can never be accountable for what you do. How are you going to get along with anyone? Like even platonic friendships, you can't get along with anyone if you lack accountability. It's ridiculous. As real, you say you're waiting for your ex to apologize to you. Okay. Right, yeah, Boys Walkers on the thumbnail. I know that show's gonna be wild. I can already imagine it because that dude he's something else. He's something else. He's like the, him and Synthetic. Are they like polar opposites, or are they like two sides of the same coin? Jesse said, the princess type chicks with painted ass deal with you. Yeah, I mean, nobody, man. People that lack accountability are just ugh. They don't deserve time of day. They really don't. They go around ruining everything. As you said, I told an ex one time that she not feminine, lack emotion or compassion. Her excuse was, "That's how I am. That's my sign. You should read my zodiac to understand why I act like this." Oh goodness, that's really not female's natural essence, though. She definitely has some stuff to unpack because that's not how we're normally made to be. But yeah, I might have to watch that stream from the clouds and be nosy. I have a niece like that, actually. I'll share. I guess I could be a little transparent. I have a niece like that. She has 3 children. She never has been married, but now she's in a lesbian relationship. Her and the woman been going strong. I'm like, this is. I mean, I try not to judge because it's her life. It's like this is different. This is like what's really going on. And my dad, my father's old school. He's in his 70s, so you can imagine. But he's like, he can't stand it. He don't accept it at all. He said, I remember I used to have a bitches ain't shit mindset when it came to women. Then I had to realize that. Right. That's true. And like a lot of times we always point the finger at them, but like we did pick to be with them, so we need to assess some things like why were we with them, right? That's why I can't really rock with Synthetic, because Synthetic to me, she lacks accountability. Like, sis, this man had how many baby mamas? And now you up here. I mean, you already were bitter, and now bitter. Your bitterness is on Thanos level, but you only have yourself to blame. Like, get over it. Like, good grief.
You're the problem, demeaning him in the process, gaslighting him in the process. You know what I'm saying? Saying that things, and he's probably some guys who don't really, especially when you're younger, that really are in love with women. They'll let stuff fly, they'll tolerate it, and in their mind, they're like, well, maybe it is me. Maybe it was something I did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and not, instead of being in their masculine, a lot of you guys are like, hold her accountable, hold her accountable, hold her accountable. This man was willing to work with this woman despite cheating, because maybe that's his beliefs, or maybe he had a scarcity mindset. Who knows what it was, but he was willing to work it out with his wife, and she wasn't so much there. So she continued to do the things because she felt that she could, because he already forgave her and wanted to work it out. You see how that goes? It's basically showing her that he basically showed her that I don't care what you do, I'm gonna love you regardless, unconditionally. You can cheat on me, you can demean me, you can do this. Just like just whipping on an old. That's why they say men are dogs. They really are dogs. You beating on this dog, you doing all these.
Let's see what y'all saying. Azrael, you say, yeah, same here. I should have left a lot of relationships, or there are some people I shouldn't have slept with. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, at least if you learn the lesson from it, that's better, because there's some people that never learn. It's like they continue to be with the same people. They're just in a different skin suit, right? But it's literally the same person because they're not addressing root cause. UK Kev says Cynthia G says whatever to get views. Yeah, it's disgusting. To me, the baby aborting a black male, it's like, really, that is disgusting. Oh my gosh. Like, why not promote birth control, condoms, all these forms of contraceptives out here? Who wants to go to the abortion clinic? I'm grateful. I've never been there. I never want to go there. And like I said, I don't want to judge any woman that has, but like, why are you promoting abortions? Why not promote not get pregnant before you're married? So the women won't be bitter like you. Older women supposed to teach the younger women. She is destroying women. I really hope they kind of come from under that spell. She is, ugh. So Synthetic G could have prevented that dusty beta man. Right. She liked that dustiness all up in her. So, so disappointed in her with that. That's just taking things too far. To me, she's on a level of domestic terrorism with that. That's ridiculous. And then, well, I don't know. I know technology is different. When I had a child, that was like 18 years ago. I mean, of course, I was going through prenatal care 19 years ago. So it took some time. I really didn't find out the gender of my child until I think around 8 months. Like, her position was never right. It's so funny. So I didn't find out her gender. I couldn't have, I couldn't do anything. I wouldn't have done anything anyway, but I don't know how it works today. But that's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's evil. Ugh. Right, right. And I'm sure y'all know, but like, in the medical system, they use these fetuses, these aborted fetuses, do all kind of research on. They making millions, billions of dollars off our aborted fetuses, aborted babies. Like, it's a gold mine for them. They love that we abort our babies. Like, it's a deep issue. I just don't. I don't agree with it. I'm not pro-choice. I'm not, unless maybe if it was incest or. I depend on the situation, but I'm not. I just think that's ridiculous. You said the divest are just as dusty as the dudes they bitch them on the car. Right, they're exactly the same thing as them. So it's like, you gonna divest to what? Your attitude sucks. You look a mess. I mean, they just rotten people. They look at everything outside of themselves. Nobody want no white man, Arab, whoever. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that. Right, stem cell research. They do all of that on those aborted babies. Oh my God. Making a killing. Making a killing. And they promoting that. Like, bitch, you're not hurting nobody, but you're not hurting these men by saying that. You look ridiculous. You just show how bitter and miserable you are. Don't get me going, because she really irritates my soul. So you said black men are her synthetics first choice, but not her viewers first choice. Hence her. Oh, okay. And I wanted to do a live on it. But I was like, I don't know, because I don't know if I want to attract that audience. But I was watching her name's Paris Milan video. And she did a live stream. I don't know if y'all know this influencer named Kezia Williams. She lives in DMV area. She talks about like finance and stuff. I can show you her if you're not familiar. So this guy, it made the news, the local news here and everything. This guy tried to break into her house. right? And luckily she made it in the house in time, and he wasn't able to get in, but he tried. It took the police like about over 20 minutes, I think, to get to her, right? So now Paris Milan found the guy's like criminal record. I mean, the guy's he's done like these stupid crimes, but he has a long rap sheet. But you could look at the image, like the camera footage from her Ring camera, whatever, and see the guy wasn't right upstairs. But still, that's scary that it took the cops so long. And Paris Malone was talking about the situation. So this the girl, the guy tried to break in her house, right? Do you know in that chat room, those women was like, yeah, divest from black men, abort male babies. I was like, this man is 20 some years old. You can't abort him. He's here now. And not all black men are breaking into people's homes or trying to. Thank God, she was saved. And this lady, she provides a lot of valuable information. If you're interested in like business, learning how to make, like side hustles, taxes, all kind of cool stuff. So I follow her on Instagram. I like her content. She really does need therapy. I think she was bragging that she has a psychology degree. Who cares? Like, I wouldn't want to. I don't know who would want to raise her to be a mother of their children. She doesn't seem to have a maternal bone in her body. But yeah, Paris Milan, I was proud. She checked those women. They were in her comment section just going on like divest, abort male, black male. I'm like, that had nothing to do with anything that they were talking about. These people are weirdos. These people, I'm convinced they don't have no life outside the internet, because all they can do is spew other content creators' talking points. What do you need to abort a baby for? We talking about a woman's house almost got broken into. Just honestly don't know a lot about her, honestly, but I saw she was talking about that topic, and I wanted to see where it was going. And I just couldn't believe the comments. Maybe I can show that right quick and I get out of here because I have to pick my kid up from work soon. But yeah, that I was like, this is so sad. I'm just really sad that so many women behave like this. And I think, do y'all think this is really online? Maybe it's just an online thing. But like, listen, all black men did not break in his sister's house. And the woman, Keziah Williams, she likes black men. She loves black men. She's not like them. She doesn't hate black people like they do. So they barking up the wrong tree with that stupid talking points anyway. They need to take that somewhere else.
Welcome to my vagina.
She probably hid the
In
damn.
here,
Yeah, she
I
hid
make
it
the rules.
because
Rule
those
number
broads
one,
were
no
just
hormones.
going in.
Because hormones just weren't.
Those women were saying the nastiest things. Let me see. She must have took it down. Yeah, it was a live stream. She took it down. I'm gonna start screen recording these people. Let me see. Maybe they're in their comments though.
Camera recording.
I'll share the screen so y'all can see. I'm sure y'all seen it because it, like I said, I think it made what's it? What would you call it? Like it definitely was trending, right? It was trending all over. The guy looks absolutely insane. To be a young man, he's probably on drugs or something. So, and I think he followed her home. I mean, he definitely looked ridiculous. But this guy was with her because this guy, like, you have these, what kind of gloves are those? Like, what were you going to do to her? So I'm just looking at comments. But the live stream had those comments where those women were talking about, oh, abort black male baby, blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, well, why is she not putting out his name? Because she didn't tell his name initially. And I think she showed that she was consulting her attorney before releasing the man's name. She didn't want to be sued or anything like that. So, they always want people to think and behave like they do. Like, I don't feel protected by black men. I mean, she lived alone in a house. So, she lives alone for what I understand. But her black male friend came by, I think, and got her gun or whatever and helped her. So I just don't like how these sisters just act like black men are not good for anything. I don't like that at all because that's a lie. Right, and he didn't. He tried though. He did try, but he didn't. And that's one thing. That's why personally, I'm not. Well, I don't want to live in a house by myself for things like this. I know that can happen in an apartment too, but I really feel safer in an apartment setting. Um, right. I mean, so they're not showing the. It was in live stream, so I guess she put it on private, whatever. But those women were just saying the most disgusting things. Because I thought about doing a live on it, but I didn't want to attract those those women that with their mindset because I don't like how they think. But I wonder what took the cops so long. Is that normal? I've never had that happen to me, so I don't know if that's normal for them. Maybe, well, maybe that wasn't so long. Perhaps maybe it wasn't so long. Yeah, but I will say in Paris's defense that she did check those women. You know, she did tell them they were wrong for saying that, and that she says she's not a divester. So I will give her that. Like I said, I don't know much about her content, but I did watch the live stream she did on the, I guess, Kazia Williams incident. So, but that's all I have for y'all today. I want to come back because we got to keep up with some ends. Do y'all know? Just you might know. Is it true that Tariq had dragged Umar again? Do you know if that's true? Because I know the classic draggage of Umar, but I think he may have updated because you know Umar been gunning for him. Keep mentioning his name. So yeah, the internet is undefeated. Well, like I said, that's all I have for today. I thank y'all for joining me today. Again, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. We appreciate your service. Leave your thoughts below. Were you surprised to see Miss Catalea on Kevin's live stream? Oh, you okay? Okay, yeah, because I know Umar keeps mentioning him. Like I haven't really been following a lot of stuff this past week, so it's so much to catch up on. But I think if we do keep it on with the audience, we can react together in real time. But you know, we pretty much familiar because you know Young Pharaoh does the same script. So again, thank you all for joining. Be sure to like if you haven't already on your way out. Leave your thoughts below, and until the next one later, y'all have a great day. Stay safe out there.